Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another Basketball Champions League matchup. We are live here in Ludwigsburg, Germany, for a big-time game in Group A between the visitors from Latvia, Ventspils, and MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg. It's game day 12 of the Basketball Champions League. Just 3 games to go now in the regular season, and these are two teams who have had better days in the European competition. Ludwigsburg, the home side, coming in at 3 wins and 8 losses. As you take a look at the games here in Group A, Banvit and Sidigas Avellino getting away a little bit earlier. And then, of course, 2 more matchups later on tonight. But that one in the middle is the one we're watching here now. As you can see, Kalon Martin get some shots up. Also, Aaron Best going through his warm-up. Meanwhile, for Ventspils, it's a side that 4 wins, 7 losses, which is not a bad position to be. They are tied alongside Anvil and Le Mans in 5th, 6th, and 7th place. Obviously, Anvil has the advantage right now in the tiebreaker. So still a very good chance for Ventspils to climb into one of those top 4 spots and earn a trip to the playoffs. So we expect them to come out very ready to play here tonight on the road. These two teams have faced each other already once this season in one of the classic games that we saw in the first round. Ventspils winning that one at home in overtime, 93-92. The game was tied 84 at the end of regulation. And there you see the visitors from Ventspils, Aaron Johnson, the starting point guard leading the way. Richard Lomash has been pretty much their best player. The Latvian national, just 22 years old, has been lighting it up this season, coming in averaging better than 16 points per game and shooting over 54% from 3. And he will definitely be counted on here tonight to make a big splash. He had 16 points and 5 assists in the first matchup between these two teams. Meanwhile, Ludwigsburg, as you see David McCray getting shots up from the free throw line. They've been relying a lot on Jordan Crawford to run the show. He's one of the leading assist getters. But Marcos Knight, number 11, you might not recognize him because he played his first game last week for this Ludwigsburg side. And player of the week, in a lot of people's estimation, 27 points for the guard on 12 of 14 shooting from the field. And there you see Knight right there, just 6'2". Also had 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals in his first game for the side in European competition. It's going to be tough for him to perhaps match that output in today's game, but we'll see. We will see. And we'll talk a lot more about Knight and his journey to Ludwigsburg throughout the broadcast. Meanwhile, we're going to have the player introductions now for both sides, starting with the visitors from Latvia, Ventspils. The coach for Ventspils, Robert Stelmachers, and you saw there a number of players who will have big-time moments here tonight. We're sure. Aaron Johnson, the point guard, 11 points per game, 7.5 assists for him. And meanwhile, now we'll have these players from the home team, Ludwigsburg, and they keep RIESEN Ludwigsburg get a little fancy introduction to the black and yellow. Clausen coming off a big-time performance last week, 17 points and 18 rebounds in a win against Anvil. They beat Anvil by 13. Meanwhile, Ventspils also coming off a big win last week by 11 back at home against Le Mans. So both of these teams looking for a little bit of a win streak. It's been tough to come by the wins here in Group A, featuring UCAM Murcia at the top of 10 wins, 1 loss, while the rest, everyone else has at least 4 losses. So it's been very, very competitive. Both of these teams actually very similar journeys recently. They both coming off wins last week. Before that, both suffered 3-game losing streaks. So again, a chance here to end the BCL regular season on a high. And the referees for today's action, Dariusz Zapolski from Poland, Özlem Yalman from Turkey, and Hirt Jacobs from good old Belgium. Again, we're the MHP Arena. John Patrick is the head coach for Ludwigsburg, the American. Meanwhile, we already introduced Robert Stelmachers for Ventspils. And we should talk about that first matchup a little bit. Again, 93-92 victory for Ventspils in overtime. It was 84-84 at the end of regulation. MHP RIESEN came back in the fourth to tie it after being down double digits. And you see the starting 5 for Ventspils: Aaron Johnson, Richard Lamache, Maris Guldis, Jonathan Arledge, and Usman Drame, I should say. And in that game for Ventspils, Johnson, 17 points, 13 assists. He'll be looking to replicate that effort, though he did have 7 turnovers. Lamache, we already mentioned his 16 points and 5 assists. Guldis had 19 points, Arledge 18, and Drame had 7 points and 9 rebounds. So those starters had big games last time, and they'll be looking to do that once again for Coach Robert Stelmachers. On the other side, Ludwigsburg got a big game and a tough loss from Donatas Sabikis with 14 points and 6 rebounds. Malcolm Hill, who isn't in the lineup anymore for Ludwigsburg, had 19 points for that game. Jordan Crawford, 10 points and 11 assists, and another nice double-double for the point guard. And Adam Walaskowski also with a big game, 17 points, and he'll be in the starting 5 alongside Jordan Crawford, Owen Clausen, Marcos Knight, and Christian von Fintel. Adam Walaskowski, the veteran, been around for a while, so 2 bigs and 3 guard front for Ludwigsburg. And this is not the second time that these 2 teams are facing off. They actually competed in group action last year as well in the 2017-18 season, and Ludwigsburg got the better of Ventspils in both of those matchups, winning the first time in November 2017 by 12, and then by 16 in January, which was actually just about a year ago, the 16th of January. So interesting way that the things unfold. Obviously, that game back in November of this particular season was one of those classic games we've seen, kind of back and forth. One team establishes a bit of a rhythm, the other team came back, and then in overtime stayed close and ended up in a 1-point victory for Ventspils. Moments away now from the opening tip. And when I say that game back in November was close, neither team had a double-digit lead at any point of that game. The largest lead was 9, and that was in favor of Ludwigsburg, actually. Meanwhile, there were 12 lead changes, so they really went back and forth. Ludwigsburg did dominate in the paint in that one, outscoring Ventspils 44-26. But Ventspils knocking down 12 three-pointers out of 29 attempts to kind of pull away in that one, just by one, obviously. So we are ready for action here in Ludwigsburg, Germany. It's Klaassen and Drame getting ready to tip off. Not yet. And officially underway and nearly went out of bounds, but saved by Johnson. First possession going over to Ventspils. It's the battle of the diminutive point guards, no disrespect. Crawford 5'6", Aaron Johnson at 5'8", though Van Fintel starts off on Johnson. And there you see Crawford guarding Lamash. Crawford, a phenomenal defender, and a shot clock violation on the very first possession. You don't see that every day, but good defense from the German squad. Jordan Crawford running the show at the point guard position for Ludwigsburg. There's Klaassen heading it off to Knight. And Waleskowski gets stripped. So a nice steal there from Arledge. Arledge, baseline pull-up, rattles around, tipped out by Klaassen, and rebounded by Van Fintel. Here comes Crawford back the other way. Waleskowski, Marcos Knight, pulls up for three, top of the key, and knocks it down for the first bucket of the game. Marcos Knight continuing his strong play from last week already. 3-0 early on. Here's Johnson, and they're going to call a reach-in foul on Van Fintel. See the nice little screen there set for Knight. He squares up from the top of the key. So first time these fans get to see Knight in action in European competition. As Crawford falls to the ground, Lamash over to Johnson, the extra pass, Arledge passes on the three, goes hard to the basket. Takes off no good, but Drame's right there for the tip-in. And the big man gets the first basket for Ventspils. Drame is 6'9" forward, comes in at 8 points per game. Waleskowski for three. Too strong, Klaassen unable to get the offensive rebound. Ventspils looking for the early offense. Arledge posting up hard, nice rim run from him. And Waleskowski has no choice but to foul to prevent the easy catch. So Waleskowski will head straight to the bench. You take a look at Ventspils' first field goal, the last possession. Drame just getting his fingertips on it. Oh, nice pass on the baseline. It's stripped away momentarily. Here's Johnson, he drives, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way, in and out. Arledge can't get the first tip. Second chance at the putback, too strong. And the ball bounces around for a little bit. Knight comes away with it. So crossover. And you see Kalen Martin, number 30, came into the game. Meanwhile, that's Crawford with the righty scoop off the glass. Nice move from the point guard. Van Fintel applying full court pressure on Johnson. Gotta like his defensive footwork. Lamash will dump off pass. And the jump hook is left short as Gubis can finish. Oh, nice in and out. And then Lamash reaches in, trying to slow down Crawford. Seems to have caught him around the neck. You see right there the forearm. So first foul on Lamash. See Knight looking to post up. Crawford pulls up on the baseline, just short. And Ventspils collects the rebound. Aaron Johnson dancing top of the key, looking for space. Nice pass, but it knocks. The ball goes off the foot of Klaassen. So the shot clock will reset to 14. And David McCray will check into the game, replacing Christian von Fintel. Lamash looking for the high screen from Arledge. Oh, nice move inside, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2 as Kalen Martin gets called for the foul. Lamash feeling the contact and going up quick. Meanwhile, take a look at this Crawford drive off the wrong foot too. So Lamash looking for his first point and gets it from the stripe. Two for 2 for Lamash. Ventspils cuts the deficit down to 1. Knight has the mismatch. Looks to attack Drame. Skip pass taken away by Lamash. Good defense. Ventspils running. Oh, the extra pass, and Gulbis lays it up and in. So perfectly executed fast break. And Ventspils with their first lead of the game. McCray room for 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net from McCray. Johnson swipes McCray's arm away. And we've seen that full court pressure. There's Gulbis. And they're going to call a foul on Knight, trying to ride him over the screen. You see here once again, Gulbis going under the screen a couple of times. Clausen seals him, and it leads to the wide open shot. Meanwhile, the fast break. You see the ball doesn't hit the ground until Gulbis takes a dribble to set himself. Here's Gulbis again, posting up overnight. He's got the height advantage, and he knocks down the shot. So a couple of field goals here for the 6'8" forward out of Latvia. Yet he's got a 6-inch height advantage on Knight. Meanwhile, Martin comes off the bench and brings a lot of energy. One of the leading scorers for this Ludwigsburg team is McCray. Can't make it 2 for 2. Johnson now, a little in and out. Lamash catch and shoot 3, knocks it down, and no foul called. But Lamash, who comes in shooting 54% from 3, knocking down 3 3-pointers per game, gets his first from beyond the arc. And Ventspils now up 3. Martin looking to answer, too strong. Here's Johnson getting a couple of screens. Oh, a beautiful pass inside and an easy throw down as Drame rolled to the basket, was left wide open. And the defensive breakdown from Ludwigsburg leads to a timeout called by Coach John Patrick. So Ventspils going on a mini run here, pushing the lead out to 5. Just under 4.5 to go. And you see there the fast break numbers. Ventspils getting out early in transition.
They're running pick and rolls. Here, big guy isn't there. The guard isn't getting over the top, so they're able to turn the corner and go downhill. On offense, we're taking bad shots. Take a couple bad shots. Let's run shorts. Okay, you're in at the 1. Okay, go inside.
So you heard there, John Patrick. As we take a look at the stats so far, the shooting stats, but Patrick highlighting the screen coverage on defense, needing some work, and the offensive execution as well. You see there, number 15 defensively, Aria Hapurti, just 17 years old, but wasn't quite sure what to do defensively in terms of his assignment, kind of caught in no man's land. As Gulbis putting up a couple of points on consecutive possessions for Ventspils. With Johnson all over Crawford now. Couple of screens set. Knight. No good on the three-pointer. That's actually Quirin Amanga, who checked in during the last timeout. And on the battle for the rebound, Ventspils commits a loose ball foul. So Ludwigsburg will maintain possession as Giannis Bernzins checks in for the first time. Also on the floor, Ronald Zakis, the big man, 6'9", a three-pointer. Too easy that time. Donatas Sabikis. Sabikis, 6'6" point guard, 8 points per game. It's stripped from Lomash. Sabikis, no look pass. McCray can't finish. And Lomash comes away with the rebound. Foul in the backcourt called on Amanga. So the 3-on-1 fast break, unable to be converted into 2 points, as McCray will come out of the game after missing that layup. Also, Ludwigsburg in the bonus, or the penalty, I should say, 5 fouls, which means Lomash will head back to the free throw line. He stays perfect from the free throw line, 3 for 3. And that's now 7 first quarter points for Rihard Lomash. Amanga hands it off to Crawford. Lawson coming up with a high screen. A nice feed and stripped away by Johnson. Aaron Best couldn't finish off the nice pass. Great awareness from Johnson to get his hand on the ball. Sabikis pokes it away from Lomash. And then attacks. A lot of dribbling. Finally gets rid of it. Three-pointer, no good from Berzins. Rebound comes out to Sabikis. And Crawford, the long three. Couldn't quite knock it down. Best coming away with the offensive rebound. And Crawford will reset. Nice pocket pass. Clausen couldn't quite handle it. Goes through his hands out of bounds. Another turnover for Ludwigsburg. You see there, Clausen recognizing Berzins' help. Took his eyes off the ball. And the last one, it's Johnson forcing the turnover. And wow, the press works perfectly. As a turnover, Anthony Bean couldn't get his hands on the catch. And after forcing a turnover on one end, they give it right back. We're gonna have an off-the-ball foul as well. An illegal screen set. So 3 consecutive turnovers back to back to back. And Ventspils comes away with the possession again. You see here, Clausen lowering that left shoulder. And here's Driesens couldn't finish. So both teams struggling to score here the last 2 possessions. As Sabikis turns the corner, finds Clausen, lays it up and in with the left hand. Good semi-transition basket from Ludwigsburg. Johnson breaks through the press. Bean, the 3 contested and knocks it down. Anthony Bean making his presence felt. Bean off the bench, averaging 7 points per game. Here's Clausen on the block now. Bean ready to help. Zakis is a big body. Doesn't give him any kind of daylight. Sabikis on Johnson. Kick out to Knight, catch and shoot 3. Too strong. And the ball's kept alive momentarily. Bean comes away with it. Skip past Berzins, nice pump fake, steps in for the mid-range, and coolly knocks down to 2. So Ventspils now with 20 points on the board here in the first quarter. But you have to be impressed with their defense as well, holding Ludwigsburg to just 13 points. There's Sabikis inside the Klassen, puts his head down, goes at Zakis, and he'll head to the free throw line. Zakis can't quite believe it. Picks up his second foul. You see Berzin's getting a manga off of his feet with that pump fake. Have to respect the shooter. Klassen with his first basket, and the chance now to add a couple more points from the free throw line. Knocks down the first. And Klassen goes 2 for 2. The Canadian with 4 points in the last couple of minutes or so. Bean almost dribbles into the trap. Gets the ball over to Jakovic. Hand off Lamash. Back to Jakovic. He drives, tries to dump off. Kind of a soft pass inside, and it's taken away. Here's Martin, who's been very quiet so far in this first quarter. Knight, tough pass in traffic. And fortunately for Ludwigsburg, referees point to the team in yellow. So 7 seconds on the shot clock. Around 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Martin looks to drive, gets to his strong left hand, but can't finish the layup. Did everything right, but make the layup. Lamash tries to sweep through on Best. Another nice dump-off pass. Berzins. Look at the good ball movement, and it leads to the three-pointer from Jakovic. And now under 10 seconds, Ludwigsburg looking to get something. Knight, in and out dribble. Oh, strong layup. Great move there from Marcos Knight. And then the end of the first, it's a 6-point lead for Ventspils on the road here in Ludwigsburg, 23-17. Ventspils over MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg. So you see the stats. Both teams knocking down 3 3-pointers and staying perfect from the free throw line. Though Ventspils also getting a couple more field goals. Take a look at some of the highlights of that first quarter action. So in that first quarter, Ventspils putting up 23 points while shooting just over 53% from the field, 8 of 15, including 3 of 5 from 3. Meanwhile, the 17 points for Ludwigsburg coming on 6 of 16 shooting, 37.5%. Also 4 turnovers already for each side. So Crawford back into the point. Here's Knight. Stays very aggressive. Turns the corner to lefty layup, no good. And they're going to call a foul in the battle for the rebound. Push in the back, loose ball foul. Clausen asking for the free throws as technically is going for the tip, which should count as a field goal attempt, but I'm sure they'll be happy with the possession out of bounds. Here's Knight again. Martin for 3. Knocks down this one. Kalen Martin with his first basket of the game. And the timely one is going to be a turnover as Bean dribbles the ball off his foot out of bounds. So you've been seeing that ball pressure in the backcourt throughout this first half, and it pays off dividends there. So Ventspils just down 3. Shot clock down to 1, and Crawford doesn't recognize it. That's not usual for him. He's a pretty heady point guard. You see there, John Patrick just no choice but to shake his head. Take another look at the Martin 3. Perfect rotation on the jumper. And Ludwigsburg have a lot of guards in the rotation, so they can throw different bodies at the Ventspils' ball handlers. Lamash and Gulbis so patient with the ball. Jump hook doesn't fall this time. Clausen comes away with another rebound, his 4th. Crawford resets. Room for Clausen for 3. Too strong. Good box out, but Martin able to collect another possession. Looks for Clausen inside. Can't convert. Bean the rebound, looking to push the tempo. Goes all the way, lays it up and in with a finger roll. Anthony Bean making up for that last little turnover. Oh, what a crossover from Crawford. The kick pass to the corner. And Knight knocks down a 3. And the backcourt for Ludwigsburg makes another play. Jordan Crawford so quick with the ball. And Knight spotting up in the corner. He's now got 8 points. Oh, perfect pass, and Drame finishes it off the wrong foot. So 6 points for him. Stays perfect from the field as well. Crawford step back 2, just short. Rubis hands it off to Jakovic. He gets inside, almost lost it, and then eventually Drame does lose it. So a number of players coming back into the game for Ludwigsburg. You see here again Drame, the big man out of Quinnipiac University over in Connecticut. And that beautiful fine left-handed pass from Crawford to Knight in the corner. Knight turns the ball over as Johnson gets his hand in. Knight chases it down. What a block. What hustle. Marcos Knight getting a lot of fans here at home. His performance in the first half after last week. Got stripped by Johnson. Here's Martin, little kick out. Sabikis for 3. Chases his own shot, no box out. Martin looking for another three-pointer himself. He can't convert. And a foul called against Sabikis, going for another offensive rebound. But take another look at this timing. Knight elevates and swats the ball away. Johnson thought he had the step on him. Here's Bean. Johnson kicks it out to Bean. Too strong this time on a three-pointer. Ball goes inside to Knight. Show the double team. Kicks it over to McCray. Three-pointer for him again. His second one of the night. Off the nice find from Marcos Knight, who's doing a little bit of everything here tonight. Meanwhile, Gubis, nice pump fake. Lomash left open. He drives. And that's the way you beat the press, but they can't finish the layup. The putback by Bean, no good. And Walskowski outlets it to McCray. So Ludwigsburg with a chance to regain the lead on this possession. They go to Knight on the block on Lomash. He backs down patiently, sees the help. Walskowski dives, can't finish. And you see there not much elevation left in those legs as Walskowski, who did have 18, sorry, no, that was Clausen last week with the big game, but Walskowski played very well the first time these two teams matched up, had 17 points in that one, as you see that McCray three-pointer. And that's now 6 3-pointers for Ludwigsburg as we head to a timeout called by Ventspils. So 6 of Ludwigsburg's 9 field goals coming from 3, but they've managed just 3 from 12 inside the arc. And you see there the rebounding numbers even overall. And Ventspils, for Coach Delmars, 3 of 6 from 3, 50%, 10 to 22 overall. You see the second chance points in favor of MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg at the moment.
This down, short, so we're handing it back off. Here we go. Let's go. Go. Here we go, bro. Defense.
Walskowski getting not 1, not 2, but almost 3 chances. You see the frustration from the veteran. Walskowski, 36 years old. Meanwhile, he has a couple of 16 and 18-year-old teammates in the lineup here tonight. Jakovic dealing with the pressure. Looking for Lomash running that baseline. Jakovic dives. Gubis breaks the 3. Martin the rebound. Martin drives now and gets to his, again, that left hand. His dominant hand getting his second field goal. So he starts the possession with the defensive rebound, and he gives Ludwigsburg the lead with the basket as McCray gets called for the foul, trying to stay in front of the quick Aaron Johnson. Martin, and again defensively, can't let a guy drive middle with his strong hand until he breaks down the defense. Crawford gets blown by, and they're going to call a foul. And they're going to call it on you see that left hand, Walskowski on the back of Jakovic. So Walskowski picks up his second personal foul, and we'll head back to the bench, scoreless with a couple of rebounds. And the first free throw, no good from Igor Jakovic. but he knocks down the second. Crawford initially broke down the defense, decides to reset. It's a high screen from Clausen. McCray pops out over to Ventspils. Shot clock at 5. You got to go quickly. McCray recognizes the quick pass, Clausen, and it's going to be a shot clock violation as the game is tied at 28. So second quarter has been relatively low scoring after Ventspils putting up 20 plus in that first quarter. Managing just 5 here so far in the first 5 minutes of the second. You got to credit Ludwigsburg defense as well. Again, relentless on the ball pressure. Here's Johnson. And the ball's tipped away by McCray. We haven't called Arledge's number too much. Jonathan Arledge, number 21, no points yet, just 2 rebounds. Comes in at 12 points per game, double figures, and Lamash fouled on the shot by Crawford. So Lamash has done a great job of drawing fouls, and he's now making his trip to the line for his 5th and 6th free throws. Knocks down another one. Goes 1 for 2. The first miss there for Lamash from the free throw line. Under 4 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Crawford. Driving kick, Martin for 3, another 3-pointer from Ludwigsburg. Second one of the night for Kellen Martin. And once again, a bright spark off the bench. Already 8 points as he gives Ludwigsburg a 2-point lead. Zakis has to put it up with the shot clock winding down. Too strong on the jumper. McCray looking to call out the play. Crawford again, little hesitation. Finds Clausen, but he can't. With a little, kind of a tough spot for a layup. Probably thought he was closer than he was. And Von Fintel called for the reaching foul on Johnson. You see here Crawford again, driving, drawing the defense over, picking up his 3rd assist as Martin now with 8 points. Back in the game is Arya Hukporti, 16 years old. McCourty, who got his first taste of the BCL in a game against Banvit back in December, had 4 points in 1 minute. And then also played another 4 minutes, picking up 3 fouls in another game as Johnson gets the ball to bounce around the rim a little bit. But now Hukporti seems to really be in the rotation. This is the second time we've seen him in action here in the first half. And can't get the rebound. Johnson got his own rebound. And then the 3-pointer from Jakovic. Jakovic really able to help this game. See Lee go back and forth. Knight too strong on his pull-up. Oh, Johnson, little dance. Drame inside, tough catch for yellow defenders, and it's a steal for Crawford. And then he draws a foul. Just the second one of the quarter on Ventspils. Have done a good job of keeping Ludwigsburg off the free throw line. See that three-pointer again from Jakovic. Much dismay these fans, and an offensive foul called on Hakporti. So the young man picks up the offensive foul, and that's going to bring Clausen back off the bench. Hakporti already 6'11", and again, just 16. This Gulbis going right at night. Nice footwork. Swatted away, but they're going to call it goaltending, a late whistle, as the ball seems to have been on its way down. Taking a look here, Gulbis gets Knight off balance, and that seems to be the right call, as the ball had reached the axis and is heading back down. Crawford for three. No good. Clausen, good hustle for the rebound. Knight comes away with it, gets out of the trap. Von Fintel, he's short on his three. And as we near the final minute of the first half, Ventspils with the ball, the lead, and a chance to add to it. Johnson off balance, Drame inside. Good help side defense. Oh, beautiful pass. Gulbis will head to the free throw line as he sealed off Knight. You see there, Drame trying to get into a conversation with the referee. Arledge making sure his teammate doesn't get called for a technical. Von Fintel back to the bench. Another missed free throw. So after a promising start from the free throw line, Ventspils now have missed 4 of their last 6. And Midas Gulbis able to get the second one to drop for his 7th point. One minute remaining here in the second quarter. Ventspils up 5. Ludwigsburg a chance to make it a one-possession game. Oh, nice pass, and what a block. Arledge makes a play, and then another block as Clausen rejected twice. Johnson able to avoid this turnover. Oh, nice pass. And great teamwork on the inside. Arledge alongside Drame making plays defensively, and then on the offensive end as well, as they now get a 7-point lead, tied for the largest of the game. So some good action there, defense and offense.
You gotta be a player. You gotta be a player. You gotta go up strong, okay? Stop looking around.
See 17 bench points already for Ludwigsburg. Ventspils not to be outdone already with 14.
We got 33 seconds. We can run something. Yes, we're gonna run. We're gonna post you up against the young guy. Okay, you got Globus.
Hand up on 3-pointers, or watch inside, or penetration.
Ventspils plus 6 in the paint.
8, 7 seconds. So be ready. Watch right. You have 2 small fouls. Be ready to pitch. 1 second. Hey.
here, these blocks. First Arledge, then Drame. Banks it off the backboard. Johnson avoids the trouble from the triple team. Gets the ball inside. Arledge with the first nice pass to Drame and gets his first field goal on the tip-in. He's also got 4 rebounds. Game clock and shot clock, about a 10-second differential. Ludwigsburg will be looking for a good shot. Martin, and they're going to call a foul on Johnson reaching in. The shot clock will reset to 14 to match the game clock. And now Ludwigsburg can just hold it for the final shot. So we'll see with how much time left they elect to take that shot. Clausen looking to go at Drame. Almost traveled. Knight will step back 2. Oh, it drops in for him. The nice friendly touch. And that's going to lead, as the shot almost went in from beyond half court, but at the end of the second quarter, 38-33. Ventspils a 5-point advantage here on the road against MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg. So an exciting half of basketball as we present the stats. 2-pointers for Ludwigsburg. Hard to come by, just 5 of 18 overall. You see Ventspils with the advantage on the glass, +3 rebounding. Both teams picking up 2 or 3 blocks and relatively matching turnovers as well. Marcos Knight, first player in double figures with 10 points. Clausen with 6 rebounds. Crawford 3 assists and 2 steals. You see the scoring leaders as well. Kellen Martin off the bench with 8. McCray with his 2 threes, 6 points. So aside from Marcos Knight, the rest of the starters only combining for 6 points for Ludwigsburg. Knight with 10 of his own, but it's been the bench that's provided the scoring punch. Kellen Martin with 8. Sadiq is knocking down 3. Or the 3, I would say. And again, we're going to give you the highlights of that first half, just in case you missed anything.
Make sure you stay tuned in for the second half. We'll be back shortly.
So we're moments away from second half action here in Ludwigsburg. Live from the MHP Arena in Germany. It's been a good one so far for the visitors. Ventspils from Latvia, they're up 38-33. Playing some very good defense, limiting Ludwigsburg to just 32% shooting from the field, including 5 of 19 from 2. So that's a lot of contested shots, also forcing 8 turnovers from Ludwigsburg. Meanwhile, Ventspils at 43% shooting, 4 of 9 from 3. They've out-rebounded Ludwigsburg by 2 so far. Still 20 big minutes to play as Group A is looking like a tough group for a lot of teams. Banvit able to beat Citygas Avellino earlier today by 8. So that means now that Banvit moved to 8 wins and 4 losses and officially qualify for the playoffs. There's still 2 spots left. Avellino has a chance to qualify next week. Meanwhile, Nizhny Novgorod will be looking to qualify over the next couple of weeks as well. But we're back here underway. Lomash with the ball for Ventspils. Fans on their feet. Lomash skips it over to Johnson. And now the mismatch. Drame with Knight. Shot clock down to 1. Lomash puts it up. In and out on the 3-pointer. The long rebound goes back out to Lomash. And Gulbis gets a second chance opportunity to fall. And the 3-pointer gives the 8-point lead over to Ventspils. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Group A, Lukan Murcia, 25 ball, but it's been a lot to Clausen. What a find and finish as the big man elevates for 2 after a tough first half for him. And now, once again, the pressure from Ludwigsburg in the backcourt. And the alley-oop on the other end doesn't fall. Crawford elects to bring the ball out. Walskowski now over to Clausen. Nice find. Knight, baseline 2-pointer. And look who's there for the offensive rebound. Owen Clausen, but he gets draped by 3 defenders, and it's a block from Arledge, who runs straight to the block, posts up over Walskowski, and forces up a tough contested shot. So wasn't able to turn defense into offense, but there's Knight inside, rushed the shot and then commits to foul to make matters worse. So check out the block here. Arledge, a lot of contact around Clausen. And on the last one, the perfect lob from Crawford to the big man for the throwdown. See the back screen set there from Knight, perfectly executed. Lomash gets inside, takes a little bump, flies out of bounds. It's another offensive rebound, deflected by Knight. You see Lomash able to drive strong to the basket. He hustles to get back into the play. And there's going to be an offensive foul, legal screen called against Drummett as Von Fintel looking to fight his way over. See here, screen was set. Kind of looked like Von Fintel initiated the contact. And David McCray checks back in for Marcos Knight. And they found the block, another one on Drame, so he picks up back-to-back fouls. And that's now his second one of the game. You see here, trying to get in front of Clausen. Tough call. And he'll come out replaced by Roland Zakis. Crawford just 2 points, 1 of 5 shooting. Does have 4 assists and 2 steals. As the ball is deflected out of bounds by Arledge. McCray spots up from the wing. Can't get his third three-pointer to fall, and Ventspils taps the ball out of bounds. On the other end, Aaron Johnson also unable to knock down any field goals so far. Does have that 1 free throw, but he also has 6 assists. Running the show most of the game so far for Ventspils, as Gulbis picked up by Sabikis. Arledge takes the 3, knocks down the 3. Fortunate for Martin, they didn't call the foul. And on the other end, Clausen runs hard and gets another dunk. So Clausen turns into a high flyer here in the third quarter. And we're definitely seeing some more exciting play. Johnson, so crafty, able to draw a foul on McCray. Makes him pay for applying the pressure in the backcourt. Knight comes back in for McCray. You see there, Johnson got by him and just slowed down enough and then let McCray run into him. There's Arledge again. Can he make it 2 in a row? Yes, he can. Back-to-back trays. Martin contesting both times. Doesn't matter. Ventspils now the double-digit lead, +10, as Jonathan Arledge has woken up here in the third quarter. Marcos Knight, though, able to get the answer, and it's going to be an and-one opportunity as the foul is called underneath. So Ventspils will keep possession, I believe, and you count the 3 as well. The foul is called while the ball is in the air. But both teams starting to knock down the 3-pointers. You see Arledge out of Old Dominion, the big man growing up in Washington, D.C. Again, 12.5 points per game as Martin doesn't knock down the 3. And now Arledge all of a sudden with 8 points as Lomage takes the bump, and he'll head to the free throw line. So Lomage has been the man to be fouled the most in this game. You see there, goes into Sabikis' chest. He's 5 of 6 so far from the line. On the other end, Ludwigsburg only attempting 2 free throws, and that was Clausen. No one else even getting a sniff of a free throw as Lomage knocks down the first. There's Clausen inside again. And they're going to blow the whistle. You see Crawford going right at Zakis. A little trash talking going on back and forth. So Crawford kind of standing up for his teammate there, as leaders do. So Zakis, left forearm, almost undercut. See a lot of physicality there. Zakis, definitely a big body. And he'll head back to the bench. Here's Martin. They go right back to Clausen inside. Looking to go at Drame, and he finishes over him. And the big Canadian getting another field goal. He's really come alive here in the second half after a tough first 20 minutes. Now in double figures with 10. And wow, wide open dunk for Drame. And the big Usman getting his fourth field goal. So both teams giving up some easy dunks here in the third quarter as Johnson, trying to fight through the screen, gets called for the foul. See the greatly executed pick and roll, no help side defense whatsoever. As Clausen had to earn his two over Drame. And now Clausen will head to the free throw line. So he'll remain the only Ludwigsburg player to attempt a free throw. And splits the free throws. Johnson able to draw another foul in the backcourt as he's making Ludwigsburg pay for putting on the pressure. Aaron Best been very quiet, no points thus far. Crawford all over him. Oh, it pushes off, takes a long three, knocks it down from way downtown. What a shot from Lamash. His second three, and Crawford, ooh, crafty scoop for two. And again, we've seen a lot of great plays here in the third quarter as a whistle before the shot attempt. Please show me these plays again. Crawford, you see the little hesitation, and that is not a lucky shot. You can tell he practices that one. Lamash knocks Crawford off balance with the step back and gets the three-pointer to drop. Arledge unable to convert the first free throw. So again, 9-point lead for Ventspils. Just under 5 minutes left here in the third. He gets one or two. And we have, it seems like Usman Drame took a shot to the face, fighting for position on that rebound. So his teammates are around him. Take another look here on the left side of your screen. Clausen seemed like it was quite inadvertent. Not sure it was an elbow, actually. Seemed like to be the left hand. And Drame just gonna shake it off. Oh, the quick pass deflected out of bounds. Knight looking for Clausen inside. Still 10 seconds on the shot clock for Ludwigsburg. Martin for three. Again, no good. Martin now just 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. Johnson keeping the dribble alive. Berezins throws the ball away nearly. Martin, nice deflection. Stays active. Oh, nice move from Johnson, kicks it out. Jakovic can't hit the three, but the ball will stay over with Ventspils as Sabikis couldn't save it on the rebound. Again, these two teams had more of an offensive show the first time around. 84-84 back in November, the end of regulation. Not sure either team will get to that number here tonight. Shot clock under 5. Lamash, another long three. This time no good. That one would really brought the Ventspils fans off their feet as Knight drives inside, dumps it off. Clausen lays it in. Good two-man action between the guard and the big. And Jakovic will head back to the free throw line. So we've seen it a few times now where Ventspils has been able to burn Ludwigsburg on their press, as Anthony Bean will come back into the game. And Jakovic knocks down the first free throw. He splits the free throws. Berzins, though, able to get the offensive rebound, and he draws the foul to head to the free throw line. So Berzins rewarded for his hustle. And the 6'7" small forward, a chance to make up for the last missed free throw. You take another look at that Knight dump-off pass. And Berzins misses the free throw. So both teams leaving points at the line. It's already the 7th missed free throw for Ventspils as Berzins gets the second one to fall. So 57-47, 3.5 left here in the third. Ludwigsburg still have plenty of time to get back into this one. Only down 10. You see that the free throw numbers, huge disparity in attempts. 20-4, and the lob to Best as he throws it down. What a pass, what a finish, and what a flush. Aaron Best, what a way to get your first 2 points of the night. And it's another turnover, but Johnson gets it back and then throws it away. Miscommunication. Jakovic wasn't sure who he was passing it to. Things are getting a little frantic here in the third. Well, watch that beautiful delivery. Sabikis on target. Aaron Best skies up to throw it down. Now the fans starting to make a little bit more noise. Kellen Martin crosses it over, spin, takes the bump, nothing called. Except for the foul on Knight after the fact. And he's got to be very careful here. Knight pleading his case. It didn't seem like Knight was really involved in the play. So you see here, good defense from Berzins. Oh, right there is when the contact was made. And that's also the 4th foul on Marcos Knight. Has to be careful. Berzins, though, doesn't make the free throw, but if Knight picks up a technical foul, could be his 5th. To disqualify him from the game. Berzins again splitting the free throws. Things are getting a little bit testy. 9-point game. Sabikis. Crawford spot up 3. No good, and Bean able to elevate for the board. Oh, good trap here at the half court. And he throws it away. Martin, numbers, give and go, takes a bump. And one opportunity. Marcos Knight and Kellen Martin able to turn the turnover to 2 quick points, and a chance for 3. So the press works once again. Kellen Martin now in double figures with 10 points. Came into the game averaging 14 a game. So now Clausen, Knight, and Martin, all 3 of them in double figures. Meanwhile, for Ventspils, it's Gulbis with 10 and Lamash with 13, Arledge with 9. You see there Johnson getting called for the blocking foul. On the block, Gulbis, double team comes. Johnson, shot clock under 5, takes the 3. Big shot from AJ Aaron Johnson. Just his first field goal, but it's a timely one. As Clausen, a nice finger roll off the catch. So a quick 2 to answer. And the action really picking up here in the third quarter. Already 23-21 scores in the quarter. Verzins for 3. He can't hit. Martin the rebound. So Ventspils had a 10-point lead momentarily. And now a turnover. Nice strip. Crawford gets the ball poked away by Drame. Watch for the spin move. Johnson goes baseline. Took advantage of the lane that Crawford left him. And he pushes the lead back out to 9. So Aaron Johnson, after setting up his teammates to the tune of 7 assists, also 5 rebounds for the 5'8" guard, now with back-to-back field goals. Oh, nice pass inside Martin. Patient and finishes for 2. Jakovic. Gulbis to Johnson. Shot clock under 10, game clock under 30. Gulbis will head back to the free throw line. Not a smart foul there from Sabikis. See that the great ball movement, the great pass, especially from Clausen, as Martin, point number 13. And here you see that left-handed Crawford on the lower back of Johnson. And it's just a matter of time before Johnson took advantage of that space. So Marcos Knight back in. He's a player who has paid his dues, played for the Pro A side, Science City Jena, and helped him get promoted from the Pro A to the Basketball Bundesliga in Germany. He's also the Pro A Player of the Year. And now, after playing for Zaragoza, found his way eventually to Ludwigsburg. And 2 free throws are good for Gulbis. Lead back up to 9. And very quietly, Gulbis now with 12 points. Crawford matched up against Lamash. Pulls up for the long 2. Knocks it down. Clutch shot from Crawford. And the long heave at the buzzer doesn't fall. So at the end of the third quarter, 65-58. Ventspils with a 7-point lead on the road still. They've been up since the first quarter, and they've kept control of the game despite an explosion offensively in the third, 27-25, especially those last 5 minutes. You see the stats. The shooting has definitely picked up. Both teams knocking down the outside shot. With just 10 minutes left for Ludwigsburg to pick up a home win. And check out some of the highlights of that third quarter. You saw a number of dunks couple of alley-oops as well. A lot of three-pointers. It's pretty much good basketball in those 10 minutes. And checking in at the half at the time of the other games. Will come Murcia up 20 at the half against Anvil. Meanwhile, Le Mans with the 1-point lead over Nizhny Novgorod, which is very good news for Ventspils as they're looking to pick up their 5th win. Again, in Group A at the moment, Ludwigsburg at the bottom, 3 wins, 8 losses. Ventspils in 6th place with 4 wins and 7 losses. But if they can win here tonight, and if Novgorod loses, that'll leave both of them with 5 and 7. Of course, these 2 teams will be back in action next week. Ludwigsburg will be on the road in Spain against UCAM Murcia. See that long 3 again from Lamash. Ventspils will be on the road again in a huge game in Russia against Nizhny Novgorod. In the 4th quarter, just a few moments of being underway here in Ludwigsburg. See Drame, who took that shot, the right side of his face with the ice. Oh, Knight, nice move. The runner, no good. Rebound, Berzins. And Martin comes away with it. So a chance to edge into this lead a little bit. Martin takes the bump. Nice finish with the right hand. Kellen Martin now with 15 points. So he's really come alive here in the 2nd half. Aaron Johnson on the bench for Ventspils. We'll see how long that lasts. Oh, the no over-the-head pass from Lamash. Arledge for 2. Heavily contested as bodies drop. Crawford, oh, stripped away. But fortunately for Ludwigsburg, Knight able to recuperate. And then he takes a 3 short. And they're going to call a foul. Caught him on the elbow. So Johnson already checking back into the game. As you see here, Arledge contests. And seems like he caught a piece of that right elbow. Knight knocks down the first free throw. Has a chance to make this a 1-possession game. And he does that. A chance for the 3rd free throw now to cut the deficit down to 2. And things are about to get very, very exciting here down the stretch. So Marcos Knight now with 16 points to lead all scorers. Martin and Clausen 15 apiece. Romash gets a nice screen from Drame. Jakovic for three. Big shot. Rattles around and in. And that gives them a little bit of a cushion. Back up to 5. Crawford. He answers with a 2 of his own. So the team's exchanging points now. See there, Crawford with 8 points on 4 of 9 shooting. Also 6 assists for the guard. Gulbis, Jakovic, another 3. Knocks it down. Big shot. Back and forth we go. Ingis Jakovic. All of a sudden you look up and he's got 17 points. Or 14, sorry. 4 of 6 from 3. Martin can't answer. A chance here to run for Ventspils. Oh, nice no-look feed. Gulbis went for the reverse. A little bit too hard. 3-point numbers, 11 threes for Ventspils, 52% shooting as Martin nearly turned it over. Crawford, tough step back 3. Doesn't matter, he knocks it down. Wow. Some big time shot making going down here in the 4th quarter already. And a timeout called by Ventspils. But the defense is going to have to pick up for whichever team wants to get this win. Again, it's game day 12 of the Basketball Champions League. Just 14 game days in all. So there'll be 2 more games for each team after this. Listen in on the huddle. Robert Stellmeyers urging his team to play some defense.
Well, we go stepping out. Quicker, last man inside. Hey, pass here for 5. You help.
And again, all these games are so important.
Quicker. Your player, the ball stays your last here.
The top 4 teams of each group advance to the playoffs. And technically speaking, both of these teams still alive.
Got Marcus at the 4. Go ahead to Marcus' side. Defense, 1, 2, 3.
Take another look at the Crawford step back 3. Gulbis trying to close out after Jakovic made it 2 threes in a row for him. So 1 possession game. And a foul on McCray, reaching in late. Romash has been quiet in the second half. Gulbis, Johnson in the corner for 3. No good this time. And Best able to collect the rebound. Double high screens. Knight back in. Seems like he's in attack mode. Lowers his shoulder, rushes the shot, no good. An empty possession from Ludwigsburg. Johnson gets around the defender, left hand off the glass. What a finish from Aaron Johnson. All 3 of his field goals coming in the second half. Oh, Crawford freezes the defense. He goes up with the left. Can't finish. A chance here for the Ventspils to run. And oh, what a pass. Gulbis finishes. Lomash froze the defense. All eyes were on him. And he caught Gulbis sneaking in behind the defense. And that leads to the timeout by Ludwigsburg. as the lead is back up to 7 for Ventspils. Gulbis now with 14 to match Jakovic.
Okay, and we gotta hustle back.
You see that the turnover numbers,
Okay, we got to
Ludwigsburg
what happens. We
able to
gotta get
limit
stopped.
them here in the second half thus far.
Look, we got an isolation here, and we got 3 guys standing next to each other. Somebody's got to cut. We took that shot, and it was coming off here.
So Ventspils plus 11 on the glass, 38 to 27, especially with 10 more defensive rebounds. They're also winning fast break battle 11 to 8. We've had 7 lead changes thus far.
Watch back door.
See the points in the
Watch
paint
back. Only free for
in
you.
favor of Ludwigsburg,
We
but
need one play after that ball.
that doesn't matter as much when Ventspils shoots like they have 11 to 22 from 3. On the other end, MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg just 9 of 25. It's not bad. But look at that pass, bullet pass. Johnson, the crossover, and then the left-hand finish over the outstretched arm of Martin. Better angle here. The soft kiss off the glass. So Ludwigsburg with the ball, down 7, under 6 to go. Still plenty of time. Lawson, this nice roll here, takes the bump and then finishes. Kind of an unorthodox finish. Fortunate bounce for him. 17 points on the night for the big man. Here's Gulbis for 3. No good. Nice tip out by Drame. Jakovic, extra pass to Lamash. He has room, and he knocks down another 3-pointer for Ventspils. Can't give him that kind of space. His 3rd 3 of the night. He's got 16. And every time Ludwigsburg gets into striking range, Ventspils has an answer. Good help side defense there from Johnson. Clausen got behind the defense. And it's just out of bounds. As you see here, Marcos Knight very short on the closeout. Got to know the scouting report. Meanwhile, that Clausen, bit of a finger roll / tip dunk, but going to get credit for the first shot attempt. Knight spins off the defense and finishes strongly with the left. Marcos Knight again. And he's got a big body for the point guard position. 18 points on the night. Knight looking to chase down Jakovic. And he gets into the lane. He can't finish. Knight collects the rebound and draws a foul. With the second team foul on Ventspils. Here's Martin, left open for 3. Big shot, Kellen Martin. Cuts the lead in half to 3. 18 points for him. And we're seeing some guys make some big-time plays here in the 4th quarter. Johnson looking to get best off him and draws a foul. That's only the second team foul as well for Ludwigsburg, so still a few fouls away from the penalty. Jakovic, Gulbis. Jakovic has been very dangerous from beyond the arc. Finds the room, draws a foul, and Knight has fouled out of this one. Caught him with the body on the way down. And Knight's got to be careful here. He's already given up, and it's a technical foul on Marcos Knight. So 3 free throws plus the tech. And that is not just uncalled for, but poor timing for all this to unfold. The shot clock was down to 3. They were only down 3. And now Jakovic will get a number of free throws. And Marcos Knight obviously making his second appearance for Riesen Ludwigsburg in the BCL. Will end his game with 18 points on 6 of 13 shooting, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. So first, Lamash will shoot the technical. Gets that to drop. Now 3 free throws on the way for Jakovic. So tension building here in the fourth quarter. First free throw is good for Jakovic. And this will bring the free throw count for Ventspils up to 28, plus 20 free throw attempts compared to Ludwigsburg. They've been more aggressive, for sure, but you don't usually see that often from the road team. And it's 4 consecutive free throws to push a 3-point game out to 7. Jakovic, 17 points. The season high is 21 as Martin goes strong to the basket. He wanted the whistle, nothing called. So I know I mentioned earlier that maybe we won't see 84 points, but we are going to see that as Aaron Johnson goes coast to coast and an and one chance for him. Wow. Plays being made left and right. Aaron Johnson, who's just so smart with the ball, knows when to attack and when to set up his teammates. 7 assists, only 2 turnovers. Now in double figures with 10. As Best checks out. And Johnson completes a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Sabikis inside to Klaassen. Double team comes. Nice block from Drame. And Ludwigsburg in the penalty now due to all those fouls in the last few possessions. So Ventspils will shoot free throws the rest of the way. They're happy to use up some clock. Johnson gets below the free throw line. Finds Jakovic, the shooter in the corner. Kept alive. Lomash, the quick 3. No good, but look who's there for the tip. Arledge again. And another offensive rebound leads to 2 more points. They've dominated the glass. Plus 14 now. Crawford, a tough step back 2 is no good. And it's battle for the loose ball. Sabikis comes away with it. Martin, the extra pass. McCray for 3. No good. Sabikis, another offensive rebound, and a foul just to help the defense get set up. So Arledge, see him there underneath. Yep, Lamash pushes with the forearms, but Arledge now quietly 11 points. As 5 players in double figures for Ventspils. Martin thought about the 3 and then took it. Arledge the rebound and got undercut by Sabikis. So he'll head to the free throw line. .10-point lead for Ventspils. Sabikis picks up his 4th. Not one of his better games. Just 3 points, 4 fouls, does have 5 rebounds. And Arledge gets the first free throw to fall. So Ventspils now with its largest lead of the game, up 12. After it was just a 3-point game moments ago. But the execution down the stretch. Let's push this lead out. Here comes Crawford. Looking for the quick basket. Sabikis using up a lot of clock. Crawford has room. Takes up the 3. No good. Rebound Lomash. And Ludwigsburg elect not to foul. Lomash dribbling out the clock. Johnson's turn. Looking to break down the defense. A little crossover. Drive and kick. Jakovic for 3. Fouled again on the 3-pointer. Especially on the follow-through. And 3 more free throws to come for Ventspils. Again, we've seen this a lot in basketball lately. Players getting fouled on 3-pointers. You got to be careful in your closeouts. Jakovic, a chance to get to the 20-point mark here. But what a display here in the 4th quarter by Ventspils. Third free throw, no good. Here turn the corner. Sabikis spins off. Nice move. Johnson fouls. And Sabikis will head to the free throw line. So Ludwigsburg, who have lost 8 games this season in the BCL, which is as many as both their previous regular seasons combined in the competition. And Sabikis misses another free throw. Misses both. Lomash and Jakovic happy to use up the clock. Nice pass. Glubis. No good on the jump shot, but the ball goes out of bounds and stays with Ventspils. The shot clock reset to 14. So Ventspils, who have Aaron Johnson, came into the game with 83 assists. That was the most in the BCL this season. He got another 8, and it's another foul underneath. So Ventspils putting up 90+. And that means we're going to see some new faces here. Kristaps Kilps, a young teenager, replaces Aaron Johnson, who gets a nice hand from his teammates. And Lomash able to get both free throws to fall. He's got 19 points. Best finishes the quick 2. So we'll see if Ludwigsburg tries to foul here to extend the game. Looks like they'll just play it out. They've committed 30 fouls here on the night. And Kilps can't bank in the three. And another and one opportunity. This time our ledge gets to put back. And these will be the 37th and 38th free throws of the night for Ventspils, compared to just 10 for Ludwigsburg, as McCray called for this one. And Arledge completes the three-point play. So he's now got 17 points on the game. Will come out of the game with 17 points and 8 rebounds. Lomash will also check out with 19 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists for him, a complete game. Crawford, quick two, knocks it down. And another foul. So they're just giving Ventspils more chances to add points. And Jakovic now with 20 points on the night, joining Kellen Martin in the 20-point club as he goes 2 for 2. That's now 30 made free throws for Ventspils. And we'll see if they add to it. And yes, they will. Another foul was called as the buzzer sounds. And we'll see if the referees give it to him. A chance to get 100 points on the night from the free throw line. And the referees are discussing it. They might just end the game. The players shaking hands. Looks like they believe it's over, but Arledge at the free throw line. And what a way to end this game that featured so many fouls. 48 rebounds on the night for Ventspils as well, which is a pretty large number. And he misses the final free throw, so they're stuck on 99. But in regulation, Ventspils puts up 99 points. A big win on the road here against MHP RIESEN Ludwigsburg. Ventspils victorious, 99-81. Very interesting game. Ludwigsburg remains at the bottom of Group A. Their record falls to 3-9. Meanwhile, Ventspils picks up their 5th win of the regular season. And they get to go back to Latvia. Their heads up high. Feeling good about this one. 99-81 once again. Victorious here on the road. And the fans who made the trip over to Germany get a nice thank you and a show of gratitude from their players. Meanwhile, Coach John Patrick giving his team a little post-game chat. Ludwigsburg finishes with Kellen Martin leading the way with 20 points and 5 rebounds. And you see there the statistics overall. Ludwigsburg picked up the 2-pointers. Shot pretty well, but the free throw is definitely the difference as Ventspils manages 24 more made free throws. You see there also the rebounding numbers really in favor of Ventspils. And then 33 fouls to 16. So a little bit too aggressive defensively. Obviously they like to trap and they like to press. You see that the leading scorer is Jakovic, 21 points. Martin with 20. Clausen 9 rebounds. The 2 point guards, 8 assists apiece. It was a great game for Ventspils, and a lot of scoring, especially in the second half. A half that, well, the fourth quarter saw Ventspils put up 34 points. And they had 61 points combined in the third and fourth quarters. You don't see that every day. But great performance from them. Great display of execution down the stretch. They shoot 46% from the field. 19 assists on the 28 field goals. But of course, the key stat, 31 of 41 from the free throw line. So that's going to do it from us here at FIBA. We'll leave you with a highlight package of tonight's action. Make sure you tune in for more competition tomorrow night in game day 12. And then the final 2 weeks of the regular season coming up over the next 15 days. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.